Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. It's nice to see so many people here in this lovely setting this afternoon. Thanks for coming. My name is Jeff Hardin. I am a professor in the Department of Integrative Biology, and I've taught there, well, let's just say a while, 33 years. So it's been great to be here for that amount of time. I guess the fact that I'm still upright is worthy of some applause at this point. Well, I'm thrilled to celebrate with you today. This is the 126th induction ceremony of the Alpha Chapter of Wisconsin. And before we proceed, please know that this session is being live streamed and recorded, and so that out-of-town family and guests can join us for the celebration today. On your seat, you should have received a program covering today's event and some information on how to access real-time captioning and the live stream. And please use your personal devices to access all of that through the link or through the QR code that you can find there. If you're live streaming today's event, you can access the program for today's induction through a link in the description below the video. Well, before you are some amazing letters and science scholars, and it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you here today to recognize them, as well as our honorees and guests. Before we begin, it's our custom to acknowledge that the city of Madison occupies ancestral Ho-Chunk land, a place their nation has called Tejope since time immemorial. Tejope means 4 lakes. Today we have the beautiful view of the second of those lakes, now called Lake Monona, where communities have lived by its shores for over 10,000 years. In an 1832 treaty, the Ho-Chunk were forced to cede this territory. Decades of ethnic cleansing followed when both the federal and state governments repeatedly but unsuccessfully sought to forcibly remove the Ho-Chunk from Wisconsin. This history of colonization informs our shared future of collaboration and innovation, and today UW-Madison respects the inherent sovereignty of the Ho-Chunk Nation along with the 11 other First Nations of Wisconsin. If you're interested, we encourage all who are able to participate in the First Nations landscape tour on the campus shores of the lake that borders UW-Madison, Lake Mendota. Tour information is available on the campus visitors website. Well, now to the festivities at hand. You know, it seems like yesterday that I was finishing up dual degrees in zoology and German at Michigan State, and finding myself in a room like this one, a freshly minted member of Phi Beta Kappa. That induction remains one of the highlights of my entire career. I'm grateful to be able to take this day before the bustle and, well, frankly, discomfort of final papers and exams to celebrate with all of you. And the celebration brings together a group of amazing students, their families, friends, and supporters, and the faculty, staff, fellows, officers, and local members of Phi Beta Kappa, who are the lifeblood of what I think is a remarkable organization. Let's show our appreciation for the families, friends, mentors, and supporters who have championed our scholars on their academic journey. Now, some of you have shared special stories about your family's connection to Phi Beta Kappa. If you're a guest and were inducted into Phi Beta Kappa at UW-Madison, please stand or raise a hand or otherwise identify yourself if you're comfortable. Fantastic. Now, if you're a guest and you were inducted into Phi Beta Kappa at another institution, please stand, raise a hand, or otherwise identify yourself if you're comfortable. It's just great. Let's give all of them another round of applause. Well, students, fellow members of Phi Beta Kappa and honored guests, we meet here today to receive into our society those who, having qualified for election, now wish to be admitted to the privileges and undertake its responsibilities. Today, we welcome them into an association with all those who have been members of Phi Beta Kappa in the past and into a lifelong relationship with the society today. Now, before we induct this year's students, I'd like to provide a bit of background. This particular ceremony goes back to the time of the founding of our nation on December 5th, 1776. A group of students in my home state of Virginia at the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg met to create a secret society with both intellectual and social guiding purposes. The greeting to new members in 1779 stated, "Here you are to indulge in matters of speculation, that freedom of inquiry that ever dispels the clouds of falsehood by the radiant sunshine of truth." Chapters were soon established at Yale and Harvard, which ensured that Phi Beta Kappa would continue to survive the British troops who took control of Williamsburg in 1781. A little over a century later, more than 25 branches of the society were in existence. By 1883, a national Phi Beta Kappa organization was founded and is now headquartered in Washington, D.C. In 1875, Phi Beta Kappa enlarged its membership to include women, and our Alpha of Wisconsin chapter at the UW-Madison campus was founded on February 2nd, 1899. We recently celebrated our 125th anniversary. Phi Beta Kappa now has over 500,000 members, elected by over 250 chapters at colleges and universities throughout the country. And it takes great pride in its origins and retains a number of symbols that were created during the American Revolution. The most iconic of these symbols is the Phi Beta Kappa key, which is pictured on your program. The front bears the Greek letters Phi, Beta, and Kappa, which are the initials of the words Philosophies Biou Gubernates, which loosely translated, I guess one might say, is the love of wisdom, is the helmsman of life. The three stars in the upper left-hand corner symbolize the aims of the society: friendship, moral integrity, and scholarship. A pointing hand on the lower right-hand corner stands for goals and aspirations. Now, on the reverse side of the key are inscribed the letters S and P, which stands for the society's second motto, the Latin words Societas Philosophiae, meaning philosophical society. The member's name and electing chapter are engraved above the motto, while below appears the date of the founding of the first chapter, December 5th, 1776. Now, although Phi Beta Kappa ceased to be a secret society over 150 years ago, tradition has preserved two of the formerly secret signs that are shared with members and their guests during their initiation. In earlier centuries, when members met, they greeted each other by drawing the backs of the index and middle fingers of the right hand across the lips from left to right to affirm that their lips were sealed. They followed that sign with a secret handshake. Our fellows are going to demonstrate how to do that properly later this afternoon. Well, the purpose of Phi Beta Kappa was summarized by one of the society's eminent members, Charles Evans Hughes, who served as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court from 1930 to 1941. Here's what he wrote. The particular interest of Phi Beta Kappa is in liberal education. It means the development, by careful training, of the capacity to appreciate what has been done and thought, the ability to make worthwhile appraisals of achievements, doctrines, theories, proposals. It is liberal because it signifies freedom from the tyranny of ignorance. For members of Phi Beta Kappa today, these words still ring true. Now, UW-Madison's always had a commitment to the liberal arts and sciences that resonates strongly with the Phi Beta Kappa mission. UW is distinctive because it's one of the few public research universities in the U.S. that is both a liberal arts and sciences university and a land-grant research university. Most states separate those two functionalities, one into the liberal arts and sciences and the other into the practical arts and sciences in two separate institutions. The example that comes to mind for me is the University of Michigan and Michigan State in the state of Michigan. Well, that didn't happen in Wisconsin, and so that makes UW-Madison really distinctive. It combines a world-class basic scholarship in the natural sciences, social sciences, and humanities with the applied disciplines. And what eventually came to be called the Wisconsin idea, that the fruits of our scholarship should be shared with and benefit all citizens, has been at the core of UW-Madison's identity since the 1860s. It's one reason I came here as opposed to other job offers that I had long ago in 1991. Well, just as UW-Madison's distinctive, so is the College of Letters and Science, L&S. To use a phrase that was coined when Gary Sandifer was dean of the college, L&S is the heart of a great university. One of the distinctives of L&S is that it allows students to think creatively. And we also hope, that is, we who teach students in the college, that we've imparted a tiny bit of wisdom along the way as well. You're going to need it because there are some massive challenges that lie ahead for each of you. But I think by being inspired by world-class researchers and educators, by developing the skills to think broadly and incisively, to speak eloquently and powerfully, and to act creatively, we're confident that you are ready to change the world. Induction into Phi Beta Kappa is one important ratification of all that you as students have accomplished. It's a recognition that you're among the best and the brightest within the college and within the wider university. Those of us who have had the privilege of screening your dossiers prior to inviting you to join Phi Beta Kappa know just how impressive your accomplishments already are. Well, I'm excited by the myriad possibilities represented in this room. I hope you are too. But there's something I'd argue is even more important to take with you from this society that you're joining today and from the University of Wisconsin. It's what continues to drive me as a faculty member every day. It's my fervent hope that we've helped you to develop a fundamental sense of wonder about the world. Every spring, I tell my students in my upper division developmental biology class, Zoology 470, that I have a larger goal for all of them. It's a goal encapsulated by the eminently quotable and consistently wild-haired non-biologist Albert Einstein. Here's what he said. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It's the source of all true art and science. He or she to whom this emotion is a stranger, who no longer pauses to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. Well, my hope for all of you is that following this induction, you would be far more than as good as dead. That you would be captivated with childlike astonishment at the world through what you've learned here as undergraduates, and that sense of delight would carry with you into the future, whatever lies ahead. Now, I hope you don't jump to the future too quickly, though. Today is a time for enjoyment, a time to celebrate. We're delighted by all you've accomplished, and we count it a tremendous privilege to have been associated with all of you, our students. On Phi Beta Kappa and on Wisconsin. All right, well, now it's time to turn to our 2025 Teaching Award presentation. Each academic year, the UW-Madison chapter, the Alpha chapter of Phi Beta Kappa, bestows an Excellence in Teaching Award that recognizes exceptional skill and commitment in elevating the teaching of undergraduates. Nominations come from our new initiates, so from all of you in front here. A record number of nominations were submitted this year. Thanks, great job. And we thank each of you for being so thoughtful and kind. I'd now like to invite Kate Lewicki to the podium. Kate's a third-year undergrad from Fitchburg, Wisconsin, with majors in journalism, comm arts, and psychology. Kate has the distinct pleasure of presenting the 2025 Phi Beta Kappa Excellence in Teaching Award to Professor of Journalism and Mass Communication, Dr. Young-Mi Kim. Kate.
Thank you, President Hardin. I'm honored to introduce Dr. Kim as the recipient of the Phi Beta Kappa Excellence in Teaching Award. Dr. Kim is an associate professor of journalism at the UW-Madison School of Journalism and Mass Communication. She earned her PhD at the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana and has been a faculty member at UW-Madison since 2009. She was named an Andrew Carnegie Fellow in 2019, served as a panelist at the Nobel Prize Summit, and her research has been published widely in accredited political science and communication journals. It has reached nearly 400 national and international media outlets and received many prestigious honors. Dr. Kim's recent project tracks and analyzes digital political ads by reverse engineering political campaign algorithms to shed light on critical issues in political communication. Her expertise in political communication and the societal impact of digital media addresses urgent legal and ethical issues, translating to her exceptional teaching that shapes an intellectually rigorous classroom environment. This spring, I have the privilege of taking her seminar, Misinformation and Disinformation in the Age of Digital Media, which has been the highlight of my semester. Her teaching directly engages us students with empirical research on misinformation, disinformation, and the broader implications of data-driven technologies, areas which I believe not enough attention is directed toward in academia or broader society, and that I argue are some of the most pressing issues of our time. Dr. Kim's ability to break down complex concepts and facilitate meaningful discussions has sharpened my analytical skills and deepened my appreciation for the intersection of things like law, media, and technology. Learning from her is both a privilege and an inspiration. Dr. Kim embodies the highest ideals of liberal arts and science education at UW-Madison. She encourages critical thinking, fosters interdisciplinary dialogue, and she challenges her students to apply course concepts to real-world issues. Her teaching has refined my academic interests and is preparing me to approach legal and media-related challenges with a well-informed, media-literate, research-driven, and a least biased as possible perspective. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to learn from her, and I wholeheartedly assert that Dr. Kim is fabulous and beyond deserving of the Phi Beta Kappa Excellence in Teaching Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the Phi Beta Kappa chapter at the University of Wisconsin-Madison for this wonderful honor. I'm deeply grateful and genuinely humbled to receive a Teaching Excellence Award from an organization that has long stood for the pursuit of knowledge, intellectual integrity, and the ideals of liberal education in democracy. I want to offer special thanks to all my students, especially Kate Lewicki, who nominated me for this award. She's one of the brightest, most passionate, and thoughtful students I have had the privilege to teach. And I'm honored that my class resonated with her. That kind of impact is the most meaningful recognition a teacher can have. Teaching has always been part of my life, not just professionally, but personally. I grew up in a family of educators. My mother was a high school teacher, and my father served the public through his work in education policy. I have dozen teachers in my extended family across all levels of education. And to this, I think all my family members are proudest of me, not when I receive a research grant, or achieve the tenure, but when I talk about my students, how they grow, how they struggle, and find their own voices. That perspective reminds me that teaching is not about privilege. It is about purpose, connection, and community. My teaching philosophy is grounded in engaged scholarship, inspired by Ernest Boyer's vision that scholarship must be both rigorous and relevant. I believe teaching, research, and public service are not separate missions, but deeply interconnected. Engaged scholarship challenges the traditional top-down teaching models. It calls for reciprocal relationship between faculty and students, and between the university and the general public, where knowledge is not simply transmitted, but co-created in service of solving pressing social and civic problems. Nowhere is this more vital than process, especially misinformation in the digital media, which I designed to meet the challenges of our current moment. I ask students to move beyond the idea that people who believe fake news are not simply ignorant or irrational. We examine real cases, like in rural Wisconsin, um, where some residents influenced by deep state conspiracy theories shared in closed Facebook groups have taken real-world actions, sometimes violent uh, and threatening to democracy. These misled beliefs do not emerge in vacuum. They are rooted in systemic inequalities, economic precarity, partisan polarization, and fragmented micro-targeting algorithm-based media ecosystem. We explore how disinformation campaigns, some foreign, some domestic, exploit these vulnerabilities, how algorithmic echo chambers isolate individuals into pseudo communities, amplify falsehood, and deepen distrust in democratic institutions. We learned that combating misinformation requires more than fact checking or digital literacy. It demands rebuilding the civic infrastructure and media ecology that allows trust, truth, and pluralism to survive. It is about restoring our democracy. My students don't just study these problems, they engage with them. Some create counter misinformation campaigns or even design technologies or apps for change. Others explore policy reforms, debating how to balance free speech with the public good. This kind of a critical and applied learning helps the students see themselves not just as analysts, but as civic actors, capable of acknowledging the complexity of social problems, tolerating differences and disagreement, and working toward democratic restoration without without falling into despair. There is an old Korean saying that I love, 청출 어람. The blue is extracted from the indigo plant, but it is bluer than plant itself. So it means that students surpass their teachers. So that is my deepest hope for all of my students, that they go further, think more boldly, and act more bravely than we ever did. Because when that happens, the future is brighter for all of us. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
Well, thank you, Professor Kim. We really appreciate you being here. It's really an honor to share the platform with you. Well, in addition to this teaching award, we are pleased to announce some additional honorifics. Later this month, there will be the induction of 2 Edward Alexander Boucher Graduate Honor Society members. The Boucher Society commemorates the first person of African American heritage to earn a PhD in the United States. Edward A. Boucher earned a PhD in physics from Yale in 1876 and was inducted into the Yale chapter Phi Beta Kappa in 1884. The Boucher Society inductees exhibit outstanding scholarship, character, service, and advocacy. And this year, we're pleased to induct graduate students Dorothy Lesotho and Orion Risk. Now, along with Dorothy and Orion, we are also proud to announce the induction of Professor Gloria Mari Beffa as an honorary member of Phi Beta Kappa. Professor Mari Beffa, among her many scholarly accomplishments, has made key discoveries in mathematics, including work on Poisson geometry, integrability, and difference operators. And she's tirelessly recruited talented faculty in the Department of Mathematics as its chair, and supported undergraduate education for her work as Associate Dean for the Natural and Mathematical Sciences. And during that time, I worked with her very closely as the Department Chair of Integrated Biology, so I can personally attest to that. And as an Associate Dean for Research in the College of Letters and Science. Her career reflects strong support for the sciences that values the breadth of arts and sciences at the heart of a great public university. Please join me in congratulating, in absentia, Dorothy, Orion, and Professor Mari Beffa. All right. That was a lot of preliminaries, wasn't it? Now we're getting to the good stuff. We would now like to formally recognize the stellar accomplishments of our undergraduate scholars who were invited to membership in Phi Beta Kappa. Upon review of your academic records, you as candidates have met rigorous criteria that demonstrate not only high grades, but a tenacious pursuit of knowledge and impassioned curiosity. The candidates before you earned minimum cumulative grade point averages in excess of 3.8. They completed courses in mathematics, statistics, or logic. They fulfilled intermediate language requirements. And without any requirement to do so, they further enrolled in advanced coursework representing breadth across the liberal arts and sciences. Will the 2025 members in course please stand and raise your right hands if you're able? In accordance with the rules of the chapter and in consequence of our good opinion of your intellectual and moral character, supported by your record of high attainment at this institution, you've been selected as worthy of becoming members of Phi Beta Kappa. Your names have been submitted to the scrutiny of the constitutional electors of this chapter and have met with their approval. You've been formally notified of your election, and by your presence here, demonstrate your desire to be enrolled as members of this ancient and honorable society. Therefore, I now inquire, do you solemnly promise that you will be true and faithful to Phi Beta Kappa, uphold its standards, and seek to reflect credit upon your affiliation with this venerable fellowship of learners? If so, please say, I do. You may be seated. I would now like to introduce Alpha Chapter Vice President and President-elect Jean Schuler. She's a teaching professor of German, Director of Undergraduate Studies, and German Language Program Director. You remember one of my undergraduate degrees is in German, so ausgezeichnet. Professor Schuler was inducted into Phi Beta Kappa at the University of Minnesota. But I can vouch for the fact that with respect to both Badgers and Gophers, Jean will formally induct you into the society. Jean.
Thank you, President Hardin. By election of the Alpha Chapter of Wisconsin and by your assent to its pledge, the Society's requirements for initiation are fully satisfied. I therefore, in the presence of these members of the Society, declare you to be members of the Alpha Chapter of Phi Beta Kappa in the state of Wisconsin, authorize you to wear its key as a badge and to participate in its meetings. Congratulations. You are now lifetime members of the nation's oldest academic honor society. Be active in its programs and community alumni associations, support its endeavors and lofty goals, and be a working advocate for the liberal arts in our society. It is now my pleasure to welcome you as members of the chapter. To celebrate and honor our new members, we are now going to ask our new members to the stage. You will be released in rows and led by our fellows to the stage. When it is your turn, please stand on the blue mark near the microphone. Clearly state your name, your hometown, and your majors. And I'll ask our honored guests to please hold applause until the end.
I'm Madeline Alfonso. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I study botany, journalism, and Italian with a certificate in European Studies. Hi, my name is Sydney Albert. I'm from Closter, New Jersey, and I'm in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications, and I'm receiving certificates in sports communication and digital studies.
Hi, my name is Sari Baker. I'm from Rowayton, Connecticut. I'm a legal studies major with a certificate in criminal justice.
I will remind us to wait and hold our applause until the end so we can do this slightly more efficiently. Thank you.
I'm Nicole Bashke. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I study psychology, criminal justice, and French.
Hi, I'm Ruben Berkowitz. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I study political science and Spanish.
I'm Jordan Boyson. I'm from Forest Lake, Minnesota, and I study mathematics and chemistry.
My name is Caroline Brennan. I'm from Glenview, Illinois, and I'm studying neurobiology, French, and art history.
My name is Sadie Brenneman. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm studying botany, environmental studies, and the integrated design of built and natural landscapes.
I'm Lucia Breyer. I'm from Slinger, Wisconsin, and I study biochemistry.
I am Sarah Brown. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. I study landscape and urban studies with certificates in graphic design and integrative design of the built and natural environment.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabel Bubnik. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm studying physics, astronomy, physics, and Russian.
Hi everyone, my name is Samuel Fifi Khan. My family is from Ghana, West Africa, and I'm studying psychology and Spanish.
Hi everyone, I'm Kayla Chang. I'm from Winnetka, Illinois, and I'm studying neurobiology with a certificate in art history.
Hello, my name is Spencer Chun. I'm from Lake Forest, Illinois, and I'm studying history, economics, and mathematics.
Hi, I'm Anna Chung, and I'm studying zoology and art history, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Damelin. I'm from McLean, Virginia, and I'm studying psychology, criminal justice, and gender studies.
Hello, I'm Stephen Diakos. I am from Skokie, Illinois, and I am studying computer science.
How's it going? I'm Jonah Harris. I'm from River Falls, Wisconsin, and I'm studying psychology.
Hi, I'm Natalie Ernst. I'm from Lakeville, Minnesota, and I'm studying biology and psychology.
I'm Brandon Else. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm studying economics with a math emphasis and biology.
Hi, I'm Jonas Ewart. I'm from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, and my major is math.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sadie Fanton. I'm from Winchester, Massachusetts, and I'm studying communication sciences and disorders with a certificate in educational policy studies.
Hi, my name is Julia Gears. I'm from Northbrook, Illinois, and I'm majoring in neurobiology with certificates in European studies and science communication.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Gibbons. I'm originally from San Francisco, California. My major is journalism, and I'm pursuing a certificate in Chinese professional communication.
Hi, my name is Andrea Genchu. I'm from River Falls, Wisconsin, and I'm studying statistics and economics with a math emphasis.
Hi, I'm Sophia Gisner. I'm from Northbrook, Illinois, and I study political science and legal studies with certificates in public policy and history.
Hi, my name is Brenna Goking. I'm from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and I study journalism and sociology with a certificate in digital media analytics.
Excuse me. My name is Andrew Gravino. I'm from Rockford, Illinois, and I'm studying economics.
Hi, my name is Hannah Goldman. I'm from Erie, Colorado, and I'm studying psychology, communication sciences disorders, and getting a certificate in disability rights and services.
Hi, my name is Grace Heisey. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and studying biology with a certificate in global health.
Hi, my name is Dara Heiss. I'm from Marlborough, New Jersey, and I'm studying communication sciences and disorders with a certificate in disability rights and services.
I'm Lucy Henry. I am studying psychology. I'm from Oak Park, Illinois, and I'm pursuing certificates in dance, criminal justice, and introductory studies in dance movement therapy.
Hi, my name is Daisy Hester, and I'm studying biology and French with a certificate in global health.
Hi, my name is Natasha Hicks. I'm from Pleasanton, California, and I'm studying economics.
Hi, my name is Bryn Hill. I'm from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. I'm studying environmental studies in Spanish, certificate in two-dimensional art.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jacob Hertdorfer. I'm originally from Winchester, Massachusetts, and I'm studying economics with a mathematical emphasis.
Hi, I'm Ainsley Homan. I'm from Lake Forest, Illinois, and I'm studying biochemistry with certificates in classical studies and biocore.
I'm Will Horner, majoring in legal studies, psychology, and philosophy, and I'm from Pewaukee, Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Josh Huck. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm studying economics and international studies with certificates in political science and German.
Hi, I'm Thomas Hughes. I'm from Wanahee, Wisconsin, and I'm studying in chemistry and history.
Hi, I'm Allison Haldane. I'm from Lake Bluff, Illinois, and I'm studying biology with certificates in criminal justice and education.
Hello, I'm Haley Hessler. I'm from Germantown, Wisconsin. I'm studying biochemistry and Spanish with a certificate in global health.
Hi, I'm Anna Johnson. I'm from Spring Green, Wisconsin, and I'm studying communication, science and disorders, and global health.
Hello, my name is Brian Key. I'm from Wausau, Wisconsin, and I'm getting majors in chemistry, biochemistry, and psychology.
Hi, I'm Alex Kern. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, and I majored in history and religious studies with certificates in Dutch and education services.
Hello, my name is Lila Kirstein. I'm from Parsippany, New Jersey, and I'm studying psychology and legal studies with a criminal justice certificate.
My name is Sydney Kostelek. I am from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, and I am studying information science and flute performance with certificates in digital studies and data science.
Hi, my name is Natalie Kozlowski. I'm from Heartland, Wisconsin, and I'm studying chemistry with certificates in data science and life science communications.
Hi, I'm Genevieve Lambert. I'm from Waukesha, Wisconsin, and I study political science, economics, gender and women's studies, and philosophy.
Hello, my name is Maggie Lenar. I'm from Wausau, Wisconsin, and I study English with certificates in environmental studies and art.
Hi, my name is Grace Lesla. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I am majoring in psychology and English with a certificate in social justice and education.
Good afternoon. My name is Lily Lee. I am majoring in psychology, social work, and have certificate in Asian American studies.
Hi, my name is Anyu Li, and I'm from Beijing, China, and majoring in sociology and communication arts.
Hi, everyone. My name's Ariel Lipkin. I'm from Mahwah, New Jersey, and I majored in psychology with a certificate in criminal justice.
Hi, my name is Alexis Liu. I am an international student from China. I study computer science history with a certificate in physics.
Hi, my name is Emmett Lockwood. I'm from Norwich, Vermont, and I'm majoring in political science and gender and women's studies with certificates in American Indian Indigenous Studies and the integrated studies of science, engineering, and society.
Hi, my name is Andrew Liu. I'm from Apple Valley, Minnesota, and my majors are math and computer science.
Hi, everyone. My name is McKeon Lucas. I'm from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, and I'm studying neurobiology with a certificate in health and the humanities.
Hello, I'm Anders Magnuson. I'm from Sugar Grove, Illinois, and I have a major in chemistry and biochemistry.
Hello, my name is Elise Markovich. I'm from Wausau, Wisconsin. I'm studying neurobiology with certificates in global health and science communication.
Hello, my name is Eloise Massey. I am studying mathematics with a certificate in environmental studies, and I'm from Marinette, Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Bridget McBride. I am from Glen Ellen, Illinois, and I'm studying sociology with certificates in gender and women's studies and education policy.
Hello, my name is Molly McCormack. I'm from Fish Creek, Wisconsin. I'm studying economics and international studies with certificates in public policy and data science.
Hello, my name is Annika McElduff. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm studying biological anthropology and zoology with a certificate in criminal justice.
Hello, my name is Carson McGrath. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm studying journalism with a certificate in political science.
Hello, my name is Max McLean, and I'm studying chemistry with certificates in honors biology and Chinese professional communication, and I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Quinn Meese, and I'm studying philosophy, physics, and astronomy, and I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Anya Molik. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and my majors are mathematics and French.
Hello, my name is John Monahan. My hometown is Norwell, Massachusetts, and I am studying computer science with a certificate in game design.
My name is Merlin Morton. I'm from Minnetonka, Minnesota, and I'm majoring in math and computer science.
I'm Anna Miller. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm studying English, environmental studies with certificates in global health and global education.
I'm Maggie Munson from Plymouth, Wisconsin, and I'm majoring in political science, legal studies, and history.
I am Noah Murray. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm majoring in neurobiology.
Hi, I'm Greta Nashhold. I'm from Stoughton, Wisconsin. I'm majoring in environmental studies and psychology with certificates in global health and German.
Hello, I'm Brooke Nielsen. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm studying neurobiology and Spanish with certificates in Biocore and global health.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Palma. I'm from West Bend, Wisconsin, and I'm studying psychology with a certificate in German.
Hi, my name is David Panner. I'm from Chevy Chase, Maryland, and I'm studying history and political science.
Hi, everyone. My name is Owen Parsons. I'm from Chappaqua, New York, and I'm a political science major with a certificate in public policy.
Hi, my name is Neha Pottenker. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm studying biochemistry, vocal performance, and political science.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nora Paulson. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm studying molecular and cell biology with certificates in classical history and leadership.
Hi, everyone. My name is Justin Pekin. I'm from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I'm studying neurobiology with a certificate in integrated liberal studies.
Hi, I'm Gianni Perez. I'm from Rockford, Illinois, and I'm studying communication arts and philosophy.
Hi, I'm Katie Perkins. I am from Oak Park, Illinois, and I study history and economics with math emphasis.
Hello, my name is Ronan Piontek. I'm from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, and my majors are political science and Spanish with a certificate in Chicano, XA, choose our suffix, floats your boat, and Latino studies.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kai Pravitz. I'm from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, and I'm studying biology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lan Prokopinski from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and I'm studying political science with certificates in public policy and history.
Hello, my name is Zofia Puach. I'm from Naperville, Illinois, and I am studying legal studies, French, and gender and women's studies.
Hello, my name is Thomas Pyle. I'm from Waunakee, Wisconsin, and I'm studying political science, Spanish, and history.
Hello, my name is Alethea Quick. I'm studying psychology with an additional major in theater and drama, and I have a certificate in German.
Hello, I'm Zoe Regenstein. I'm from River Forest, Illinois, and I'm studying psychology and legal studies with a criminal justice certificate.
Hi, I'm Emmett Robison. I'm from LaGrange, Illinois, and I'm studying political science, history, and classical humanities.
Hi, I'm Sadie Rosenthal. I'm from Bethesda, Maryland. I'm majoring in political science and legal studies and getting certificates in public policy and science communications.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emma Samitz. I'm from Highland Park, Illinois. I'm majoring in psychology and I'm getting a certificate in health and the humanities. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Schatz. I'm from Lakeville, Minnesota, and I'm getting a major in biochemistry with a certificate in queer studies.
Hi, my name is Shulan Choud. I'm from Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I'm studying neurobiology and English.
Hi, I'm Jessica Schultz. I'm from Maguanago, Wisconsin, and I'm studying communication sciences and disorders and Spanish with a certificate in disability rights and services.
My name's Maria Serrano. I'm from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, and I study history, political science, and philosophy.
Hello, my name's Julia Schmidt. I'm from Shorewood, Wisconsin, and I'm studying biology and gender and women's studies.
Hello, my name is Trey Schlingman. I'm from Sacramento, California. I studied history with certificates in German and sports communication.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Shoup. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm studying journalism with certificates in digital media analytics and sports communication.
Hi, I'm Sydney Spiegel. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm studying neurobiology and English.
Hi, my name is Allison Stevens. I'm from Spring Green, Wisconsin, and I'm studying communication sciences and disorders with certificates in dance movement therapy and promoting activity for diverse abilities.
Hi, I'm Katerina Schwapis. I'm from Amherst, New Hampshire, and I'm studying mathematics and classics.
Hello, my name is Kate Tarr. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm studying journalism with a certificate in history.
Hi, I'm Neha Tolpur. I'm from Chennai, India, and I'm studying chemistry with certificates in sustainability and science communication.
My name is Michael Trotier. I'm from Pewaukee, Wisconsin, and I study psychology.
Hi, I'm Sophie Verkulen, and I'm from Libertyville, Illinois, and I'm studying biology with a certificate in environmental studies.
Hi, my name is Shaylee Wallner. I'm from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, and I'm studying human geography with a certificate in environmental studies.
I'm Eric Wan from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm studying computer science, mathematics, and history.
Hi, everyone. I'm Corey Ward. I'm from Heartland, Wisconsin, and I'm studying psychology and global health with certificates in criminal justice and African cultural studies.
Hi, my name is Kayla Wells. I'm from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, and I'm studying social work with certificates in German, criminal justice, and disability rights and services.
Hi, I'm Katie Weston. I'm from Pewaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm majoring in psychology with a certificate in environmental studies.
Hi, my name is Megan Wurtzema. I'm from Cedarburg, Wisconsin. I study psychology with certificates in criminal justice and science communications.
Hello, I'm Anna Williams. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm studying biology and mathematics.
Hi, I am Jae Woo. I grew up in Seoul, South Korea, and I'm majoring in political science and history and having certificates in Japanese and East Asian studies.
Hi, I'm Jesse Wolf. I'm from Wyndham, New Hampshire, and I'm majoring in computer science and trumpet performance.
Hi, my name is Whitney West. I'm originally from Bend, Oregon, and I'm studying journalism and environmental studies.
My name is Zoe Well. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm studying psychology with certificates in East Asian studies, global health, health policy, and global languages, cultures, and education.
Hello, my name is Vivian Wang. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I am studying psychology.
Hello, I'm Maxwell Wu. I'm from New Berlin, Wisconsin, and I'm studying computer science and philosophy.
Hi, I'm Sherry Wu. I'm from Marinette, Wisconsin, and I'm studying biochemistry with a certificate in Chinese professional communication.
Hello, I'm David Yang. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I study history and Chinese.
Hi, everyone. I'm Connor Dewey. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm studying computer science, Japanese, and linguistics.
Hey, my name's Eric Araujo. I'm from Wilmette, Illinois, and I'm studying political science and economics with a data science minor.
Hi, my name is Lily Hallmacher. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm studying economics and mathematics with certificates in business and political economy, philosophy, and politics.
Hi, I'm Kate Lewicki. I'm from Fitchburg, Wisconsin, and I'm studying journalism, communication arts, and psychology.
Let's take another moment to acknowledge these amazing young scholars with our applause. And once again, congratulations to our newest members. I'd like to now welcome our new inductee, Lily Hamacher, to the podium to speak on behalf of our newest members. Lily, as you just heard, is a third-year undergraduate who's majoring in economics and mathematics and earning a certificate in political economy, philosophy, and politics. Lily is from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Thank you, Professor Schuler. Good afternoon. Faculty, family, friends, and Phi Beta Kappa officers, thank you all for being here today to recognize and support the 2025 class of Phi Beta Kappa. And to my fellow inductees, congratulations on your success in the liberal arts. As you look back on the journey that has led you here today, I urge you to take a moment to thank the people that helped make this achievement possible. You have to try at least one bite of everything on your plate. So goes the phrase that has been uttered to me across the dining room table more times than I can count, and I'm a math major. My 7-year-old self, staring suspiciously at the pile of some green substance on my plate, thought that this was some sort of punishment my parents were unjustly inflicting upon me. Then, at the ripe age of 17, I was first confronted with the daunting task of deciding what I wanted to do with my life. I recalled those moments at the dinner table and chuckled. How could I know the answer to such a question when I haven't even had a bite of everything yet? An astronomer, a neurobiologist, a philosopher, I didn't have a clue. Just as my parents insisted that I try everything on my plate, I realized I needed to do the same thing with my education. Sample ideas, perspectives, and disciplines before settling on one. That is why I chose to pursue a liberal arts education, an education that would afford me the intellectual freedom to explore one discipline through the lens of another, and to parse out what it is I have a passion for on my own terms. There's a funny thing that tends to happen in college, and I'm sure many of you can relate. The amount of times you purse your lips and think to yourself, well, my parents were right about that, markedly increases. Such was the case with trying a bite of everything on my plate. Oscar Wilde said, if you want to be a grocer, a general, a politician, or a judge, you will invariably become it. That is your punishment. Taken crudely, this statement appears contrarian, but I think he means to warn us that if we chase a mere status or profession, we miss the joy of discovery and the process of becoming. And that is exactly what a liberal arts education defies. It invites us to remain curious and embrace the process of learning rather than just its outcomes. Now, I want to invite you all to do a little exercise with me. Think back to a time when you discovered your favorite song, your favorite book, or maybe even your favorite physics principle or mathematical theorem. Do you have it? That feeling of awe inspired by that discovery exists in each one of us. And it is precisely that feeling of awe that accompanies discovery, which has led each one of us here today. It is not that we are smarter or more talented than anyone else. It is that we have had the privilege of following our sense of awe wherever it took us. A privilege that cannot be understated and is worth taking a moment to be grateful for. We have come from across the country, and some of us from across the world, to be here, where our love of learning is reflected back to us by a community of relentlessly curious peers and dedicated faculty. With this privilege comes responsibility. Not everyone has had the chance to follow their intellectual curiosity as we have. That is why our privilege should not just be acknowledged, but used. We must be rigorous and humble in our search for truth, seek to understand others even when we are not understood ourselves, And as fellow Phi Beta Kappa member Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, "Fight for the things you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you." Maybe you can guess where I was earlier this afternoon. These are not easy tasks, but the integrity of our liberal arts education depends on it. So, before I go, I will leave you with this. Try a bite of everything on your plate, and when you're done, find a new one. Help others find their plate. It is through continuous inquiry into the things that we don't know, and even the things we think we do know, that we can have any chance at rightfully claiming ourselves to be lifelong learners. UW-Madison is not the final destination of this journey. It is an incredible foundation for the many more stops to come. So, let us continue to ask hard questions, seek truth with humility, and never stop filling our plates. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily, for sharing those moving thoughts with us today. We are honored and appreciate your talking today. I would now like to invite this year's fellows to the podium. Kristen Jenkins and Amitabh Chattal were inducted into the Society in spring 2024 and served as fellows this past academic year. Anna Rifkin, our third fellow, is not able to be here with us today due to a previous commitment for medical school. We are so grateful for their good company and many contributions. In recognition of their work on behalf of the chapter, we bestow each fellow with a Phi Beta Kappa key pin. Kristen and Amitabh are now going to teach you the Phi Beta Kappa handshake. I know you've been waiting all afternoon for this part.
So the Phi Beta Kappa handshake is pretty simple. It's like a regular handshake, but it's super secret, so you can't tell it to anyone outside this room. So the idea is relatively simple. You first put your first and second fingers, your index and middle fingers sort of together, and you sort of curling your rest of your hand. And then with the person next to you, if you want to try.
If you're comfortable. You're going to go in as if it's a regular handshake, and then your bottom two fingers are going to cup the first two fingers. So it's kind of like this.
Super secret.
I tried. All right. Well, thank you all for trying the handshake with us. And please remember it's a secret, so try not to show it off to anybody who's not inducted or a member. And thank you all.
Thank you again to this year's undergraduate fellows. You've done an amazing job organizing events, and it's been a joy working with you this year. I would like to thank the officers, faculty, and staff who serve on the Phi Beta Kappa Nominations Committee and the others who contributed to this year's program. Their names are on the back of today's program. A special thank you to Kate Duran and Allison Rice, our absolutely amazing co-secretaries of the campus chapter. And thank you, President Hardin, for presiding over the chapter this year and for navigating us through the CHOP. And most importantly, thank you to the family and friends who have helped to cultivate our inductees' abilities and talents. We invite you now to join us for refreshments. There's a photo backdrop in the back of the room, and the photos that were taken today by our photographer will be shared with students once they become available. Thank you all for attending today's event, either in person or remotely. And congratulations to our new members and their families and guests.